Don't underestimate planning. Do it, get it done, be good at it, because you'll never not 1,000 hours of planning could be $1,000 an hour as a consultant. All right, y'all. So we've knocked out about, I think this is video 4 of a sequence we're doing on planning. And as the 4 pillars, planning, strategy, credentialing, and positioning that we use of the company, I've found over the years, these 4 pillars are paramount to anyone's success and have been paramount to some degree or another with a startup and or small business. And the link will be below, but the SBA has a guideline for small business. You'd be surprised what's small and what's not. You can be at 40 million, 30 million, 10 million and be considered small. It's really just by gross revenue or the number of employees that you have by industry. And there's thousands of industries out there. So going back to the NAICS code in the first video, why those are important to just understand where you are in the whole landscape, and then finding out those other companies, those big boys, if you will, that carry the weight of the industry, how long they've been around, how they got where they've got, what amount of those businesses are for sale for someone like you to get into. We'll look back, and I'm looking at my notes now. Why is the planning phase so important? Why is the most probably non-sexy, non-exciting, just sit down at a chair with a good cushion on it, ergonomic mouse pads, all that kind of thing? Why is that so important? Most of us want to jump out now. Most of us want to hit the ground running. We want to be out there really quickly. And I get that part. I love being in the mix. I do love the research side of it too, because I'm just an avid learner, always have been, love to read, love to watch videos. The more I know, the better I am for my clients, so that in the midst of when you never know where you're going to need this information. And what I found is that some of us who jump out too quickly and don't plan end up finding ourselves in conversations that aren't the most profitable. Sometimes I've seen people, and they've admitted this in consultations, can get embarrassed because they're saying things based on how they feel and not what the industry data is telling them is very accurate. Planning, I would say, out of all the 4 pillars, you'll hear me say positioning is the most important, and you'll hear the term strategic planning. I like the narrative, and I can't remember the quote offhand, but I've heard it a few times, where you can't have a plan and not a strategy to execute it. And if you don't have a strategy, then the plan doesn't make sense. But planning before you move is in essence teaching you, very much so like college. We knock college, I think, a lot, but we knock it too fast because it teaches you how to learn. It teaches you strategy. It teaches you creative thinking. It teaches you so many things. When you're jumping out here as a business owner in a world you've never been in before, in markets you've never been in before, the planning and the strategies to implement it is the most important thing and the most underrated, but the most powerful foundation you can have. And I'll say for myself, I still plan. Every day I'm learning, I'm strategically implementing and what plan we have that's based on the mission and the vision for our brand. You'll see Bank Ready, you'll see Awesome Business Strategies. There's a plan, there's a mission and a vision for who we are affecting. Who's our target audience? Who's your target audience? You can't just haphazardly follow trends and follow the next hype game, if you will, and expect that to be sustainable. Every part of your business that you do needs to be well thought out, well planned, written out. And when you make a move, there's a couple of whys of why you did that. If someone did a root cause analysis on you right now and ask you why, you should be able to answer it and answer it based on the data that you've presented to yourself and your team. If it's just a one person, that's fine. But that planning phase, moving slow to hit the hyper growth success model number 101, it is highly important. Take your time. There's no need to rush this thing. Because what you don't want to have happen is you get out here and start moving and then realize what you thought was something is different than when you get in it. 2 different things. So test the water, get out there. You can go to Chamber of Commerce meetings and not have to say a word. You can go to a lot of events and not say a word and just listen for what's going on and ask questions. Do your research, figure out what's what. Let them know, hey, I'm looking to do that X. I'm here. I want to do that. This is what's going on. Be honest with them. And most people, you'd be surprised, will give you a lot of data. Take that back home, implement that, fill out the questions in your business plan model, get that business plan together, get you a mentor with SBA score, etc., and then see how you want to implement it and then start. But if you don't do those things out the gate, you will waste more time trying to fix an issue than an issue that you hadn't planned for before. Don't underestimate planning. Do it, get it done, be good at it, because you'll never not plan. You'll never not be in a space where you're forever be an eternal student. Because in that 1 second, somebody can ask you a question. And if you can answer it because of the planning you've gotten, 1,000 hours of planning could be $1,000 an hour as a consultant. Just think about that. We'll talk to you later.